Hello and welcome to the Alexandra Wenman Show on the road in Australia, and I'm here on the Central Coast in Toukley at the beautiful A To Zen shop with gorgeous Triana, who's the founder and creator here, and she does so much of this herself. Triana, how are you today? Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Well, it's been so wonderful connecting with you, and I just love the fact that we came in and straight away we had so many things that we really have a passion for, and I thought I'd share a little bit about what the store is and why I set it up.
We'd love to know more. It's such a beautiful space. Could we start here?
So I started creating talismans jewelry for empowerment of women, and I just felt really drawn to go back full circle to silversmithing, which I'd done a little bit of in my teenage years. And this was what really propelled me on my new chapter and then onto this store. So I'll just show you a few pieces. So this is the warrior woman talisman, and I created this because I felt really drawn to archetypes and that we can explore who we are. And finding our archetype, but also playing with different archetypes to really develop ourselves. And so with this particular piece, I really channeled the creation of it. And you've got the warrior woman with the Viking symbols for protection.
I have to show you one of my oracle cards. So in that deck that I just showed you, we have Archangel Galgaliel, and she's got the exact same symbolism. I am not kidding.
Well, that is amazing. And that's what I'm saying. Like when we just met, and there is so much synchronicity. And I just absolutely love this because it's just confirmation of what we're doing, but also like coming together and just rising. And I think that's just fascinating.
She's like the Valkyrie, isn't she? She's absolutely
very
amazing.
much. Well, when she just came through, and when I was drawing her, and this is what I saw, and then I felt, she's very much like, with her face, she can be different expressions come through as well, which I really love. And then on the back, I've got
oh wow, so that's the back.
So it's double-sided, and it's got all the runes, and then the rune for strength and courage, and I stand in my power, which is really connecting to throat chakra and having a voice and delivering what you need to, but still with grace. And I just found that a lot of women were really drawn to it and feel like when they're in a position when they don't have a voice, that they can actually hold it and feel empowered, and that's what the piece is really about.
Can you talk us through your designer maker process with this? Do you carve this in wax before you create it? How does it work?
This one's actually CAD.
Oh, so it's a CAD one.
I love doing the wax, but I do tend to find that, to get all these details, and I'm not the best wax carver. So with this, I did do a CAD drawing on for both sides, and then created a mold, and then it was cast, and then sterling silver and oxidized.
Oh, they're beautiful. I love them. And I love this one here. What's this one?
So this is the Oracle of Delphi.
Oh, Tony and I had an experience in Delphi, didn't we, Tone? I won't go into it.
Well, we've got to talk about that off camera,
I think so.
And I felt like with her, because it was very much about one of the archetypes, is the Oracle or the Mystic, and you can see her with her divination cup and the laurels, and I've done some Greek symbolism and patterns around. And on the back, you've got the all-seeing eye, and the universe guides me. So it's just a reminder for yourself that to be in the universal flow, to trust your intuition and messages, and you can have either the eye, facing in or out as well.
I love the affirmations as well. They're really powerful, really beautiful. So Triana, tell us about your beautiful candle collection, because these are yours, right? This is what you've created.
This was a further development from the My Archetype jewelry, and I just felt like it would be wonderful to have another sensory that would evoke the different archetypes. So you could, light a candle, sit there and really feel immersed in that archetype. So with the collection, I collaborated with a friend of mine who makes candles. I made many years ago, and it's definitely a science, and it takes time to make sure that each one is exactly the same. So there's some engineering process as well. And with this, there's up to 16 different scents, so they're very layered and quite complex. But I wanted to
16 different scents per candle?
Yes.
Wow, so you've done it like a perfume really, haven't you? You've got like base note, top note, mid note.
It absolutely has. And it's between 13 to 16. So, and that sort of is a bit of we're working on fragrance as well. So there's a whole sort of, collection that's going to develop organically from this range. And I'll just introduce you to Goddess. So,
and they're soy candles, aren't
they're 100% soy because it also has to be non-toxic.
Oh my god, I love this. See, this is so, it's really sunshiny and zesty, isn't it? And I just want to show like the actual packaging. It looks like crystal. It's really gorgeous, isn't it? I love that. That really feels solar plexus, doesn't it? Really.
And you know what's so wonderful? Also because of the actual colour as well. So you do feel like with the Goddess does really sit there.
So what are the fragrances in this one?
Well, now you're going to ask me and I'm going to have to because by the time we did this, so what happened is that I actually I decided that I wanted it to be like feminine and bold, and then we worked on 4 different possibilities, and then imagine 4 times, and then each one we were actually like smelling and lighting and saying, is this the one? Until nailed it down. So I have got the whole list. I keep it secret, but no.
I can understand that because you can't actually really I'm usually really good with smells, but I can't actually put my finger on exactly what's in here, and that's kind of a good thing. Can I try the Earth Angel? I'm obviously drawn to the Earth Angel.
I'll take this one.
That is so...
Oh,
this is... Oh my god, that's heaven. Oh, obviously I like the Earth Angel. And again, the packaging that is so beautiful. And I mean, when you finish with the candle, you can use these, can't you, for other things? It's just so gorgeous.
And that's definitely about the whole sustainable. So with all of the products, they're made from natural, recycled, but you can also use them afterwards. So you could use that to put, beautiful things in there, keepsakes, or you could have a vase and put some lovely flowers.
It could be a tumbler, couldn't it?
Oh,
it
sounds fabulous.
Cocktails.
You could definitely do
cocktails.
Whatever, you're inspired by. And then we have one of my favourites is the Warrior Woman.
I like the violet in the necklace. Oh yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Gosh, that's a nice. There's actually like a violety, lavendery hint to that, isn't there? It's beautiful.
And I think that's what's so wonderful too, that it evokes a different, scent that people can feel from it. Yeah. So you're not exactly saying it's particularly this one.
Yeah, the layering of it, you kind of get what you need. And I bet you every time you smell it, if you're in a different mood, you'll get a different hit of one of the different fragrances. So I always fancied myself a mother of dragons, and I've just met another mother of dragons. So Triana has an amazing array of crystals at A To Zen, and this dragon egg is so special. So can you talk to us about what stone is this? It's very heavy. How heavy is it?
It is, I think it's about 4 kilos. I really felt drawn to septarian, and it's the dragon stone. That's what they call it, because particularly being the Chinese year of the dragon, and
it's a beautiful friendship stone, isn't it? Septarian, from what I know.
It is, and very grounding.
Yeah.
And has 7 different minerals in it as well, so it makes it quite different. So they say it's grounding.
Look how special this is. You can open it up and look at the beautiful, it's like midnight crystals inside, like a dragon cave. Isn't that such a special piece? And actually that piece is shaped like Australia.
I love that.
That's great.
And it's wonderful with crystals as well, that you can see so much. Everyone sees something different and something that resonates with them.
That is an amazing piece. I mean, to have that in, I don't know where you get a stand that would hold it.
Well, that's actually been something I am trying to find. I do have some collectors, and another piece has gone to its home, and I've got to find a really beautiful sculpted stand. So yeah, and I'll just show you what also. So that's more.
Oh, I've got a sphere in Septarian that's the same colour as that.
Yeah.
And she loves to come to workshops, and she just sits in the middle of the room as the friendship, like she just brings community together. They're gorgeous. Right, can I give this to you? Sure. Put the dragon back to it. Beautiful. So you've got some lovely pieces of labradorite in here, haven't you?
Yes.
The blue one.
Labradorite's always been one of my favourite crystals, and I started making some Earth Angel rings. So I'm going to myself something. And I'm particularly drawn to the flashy blues, but you can get so many different colours with, yellows and purples.
The electric blue and green in that. I don't know if we can get a little close up of it. They're beautiful.
It's really about getting the natural light behind. And with this, I love the story behind it, because there is an Inuit that came across what we thought was the Aurora Borealis, captured in stone, and then tried to break it free. And it was this labradorite. So I just feel like it's a really fabulous stone of transformation as well. So
high vibe, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's also teacher's stone, isn't it? It's very much for the mystics and the healers among us. And I know that I got a piece of spectralite, which I think has similar qualities to labradorite. Oh, that's lovely.
And this is quite different, because it's got lots of reds and.
It has. Oh my gosh, I see an angel in that.
Yeah, it's very special, and it hasn't found its owner yet. So I just be interesting once that person, the story they tell about why they're drawn to.
Yeah, because it is almost like midnight, and then you get that flash of red and pink. It's almost there's a heart there, a little angel.
Yes.
Heart. I love that they all, even though they're all like the one sort of type of stone, that they all have their own unique personalities. They're all so special in their own way, aren't they?
And all of the crystals that I have here have been ethically sourced, and that's one of the hard things to know about the origin. But the person who actually goes to the countries and sources them is very specifically looking at making sure that there's no child labour, no animal labour. People are earning a living wage, and that reflects also upon crystal price. I always feel like buying really like cheap crystals, you'll know that hasn't been the case. So I think it's important to really sort of ask where the crystal came from. So exactly,
and you can get a lot of fake crystals from like China and places now, so you have to be careful where they come from, don't you?
Yeah, totally agree. I actually don't, and that's the thing, I don't buy online because I need to feel, so it's a curated collection.
This is to me about this guy. He's calling to me, this guy.
So this is Tiger's Eye. It's Australian Tiger's Eye, and I found this, or purchased it directly from the mine, and it's a lovely husband and wife, and he cuts and polished the stone as well. So it's just quite incredible, because to see all the different colours.
Wow. Yeah, it's so earthy. Look at the purple in that. It's like holding a planet.
That's what I felt like. It was a bit like the globe. Very earthy, very grounded. It's got that red. What do you feel like with the passion as well?
Super earthy, very fiery energy as well, like earthed fire. It's very strong, and it makes me feel really super grounded, but like I could shoot for the stars. Like really, the sort of energy that anchors you into your dreams, where you have to be a bit stubborn to get what you want, but in a good way. Like nothing's going to stop me doing what I need to do, kind of thing. Can you tell us, like, the difference between Aussie tiger's eye and the normal kind of tiger's eye that we get? Well, I think, does it come from India, the other tiger's eye?
Yeah, there's a few different places. I mean, tiger's eye is fairly common.
Yeah.
What I would really like to source and collect this blue tie design, and it's not dyed, and that's meant to be very, very powerful. But I think also you do find that it comes from China. So I mean, China, there's some great resources there. It's just particularly about, you know, the cutting, the polishing, and as you said, making sure the authenticity as well. So I just feel like I have a lot of customers who ask for tie design more on jewellery because they like to wear it because it's quite masculine energy as well.
Especially on the right hand, it's like go for your goals, isn't it? And one of the things I love about your fashion here is that you call it slow fashion. So can you tell us what is slow fashion as opposed to, I guess,
fast fashion?
Fast fashion.
So one of my, you know, passions and interests has always been sustainability and eco-friendly fabrics. And I think that it's sort of been overused, that term. So I wanted to bring back to small makers who are really using natural or recycled fabrics. So you'll find in here I've got some cottons and some linens, but also modal and viscose, and that's made from cellulose wood pulp and then synthesized. So it's got a synthetic manufacturing process, but it started from cellulose, so it's using up those fibers, and
so nothing goes to waste.
Nothing goes to waste, and there are very, very efficient fabrics around there, which I'd like to, you know, do more research into and create a line of fashion. Because my first
you don't stop, do you?
No,
worse than me.
Well, I think we've got a similarity that I think we're interested in evolving and learning for our own, you know, self, and it just develops into other creative projects. So I did do 3 years of textile design, so now that's something that I'd like to work more with. So with fast fashion, it's very mass produced, so it's really just churning out cheap fabrics into cheap products, and there's thousands of them, so there's no uniqueness about them. And also you find that yes, it comes at an inexpensive price, and people do feel like, oh, I can get, you know, a top for $7 or $10, but it's thinking about that process behind.
Who's made the top as well? There's all the child labour and things that go into
child labour. There's people working in really terrible conditions, which really impacts their lives. So, you know, on an energetic level, if we all want to, you know, be the best version of ourselves and help other people with being the best version of them as well, that I just feel like you question about where does this product come from. And also it's more about, you know, less is more. So,
and on the energetics as well, like, is it made with love? Like we're wearing the energy, as we know, energy affects us on so many levels. And if we're wearing something created by somebody who's not only in poverty or miserable, we're wearing that energy as well. So we take on an imprint of that. I mean, that we alchemists like you and I can clear it, but the average person doesn't really know necessarily how to do that. So.
And I think that's really fantastic that you're highlighting it, because it's about educating people and it's about choices, and sometimes it's just what you've always done and you haven't really thought about or questioned it. And I do feel like it's nice to have a few really beautiful pieces that have been, as you said, they're heart-centered, they're made with love, they feel great on. The fabrics will last as well.
You're wearing one today. Do you want to tell us about this piece?
So this is a beautiful California designer who has a production house in India, and she does small batches. So that's also what slow fashion is. Create and design, you know, a few pieces in particular fabrics, and then move on to another design. So you are getting something that's a little bit more original. And also it's the creative process with the designer. You're also encouraging them rather than just having always the same designs. So, you know, and I think creation is very healing for a lot of people. So it's, you know,
especially for us women, we love to create and birth things. So.
Absolutely.
So what other pieces have you got here that you can show us?
So I've got some, you know, beautiful silk blends. So there's 70% silk, and a lot of the material also from recycled. So I
do this. Absolutely. Oh, look at the style. This is gorgeous.
So it's just beautiful, flowing, really easy to wear. You can wash and then drip dry, so you don't need to put in the dryer. So you're saving electricity as well. And then we've also got some beautiful pieces that have been made from recycled silk saris. So I've got one of the last of the kimonos. I've always been a big kimono fan.
Look at this.
So it's repurposing saris and then creating them into wearable art forms.
And I love that you can reverse it.
It is double-sided.
So beautiful.
And then
You should feel it. It's so beautiful fabric.
lovely and light to wear.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, you could wear that over jeans, a dress. If you were going traveling, you could wear it in the hotel room. I mean, it really
Your
does.
dressing gown.
Absolutely.
It's cozy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the functionality as well when I think you're looking for pieces in slow fashion. It's like,
In fact, if
what's
I
in it?
try this on while we're rolling over my black dress, because I think if you've got a white or a black plain dress like this,
That looks phenomenal.
I love wearing like a caftan over a plain, and it just looks not, and especially when you're teaching or, you know, even just, you could wear this in the day and then go out to dinner with that, couldn't you?
Well, exactly. You can change it, reverse it, and have a completely different look and style. But you feel great in it as well. And I think that's
So
the empowerment too.
I tried the blue side, and we'll have a look at the blue side too. And then you've got 3 outfits. It's a capsule wardrobe for the travellers among us. You've got your capsule wardrobe. So that's Saturday, and the other one's Sunday.
It's a beautiful piece on.
It's so stunning. It's really beautiful.
And that's a Spanish designer. And a lot of the production that I do have here is in India, or I've got Canada as well. It depends where the arts and crafts really are, in each country. Got some beautiful bags, the US designer, and they've got their production house in India. And just to look at the workmanship.
Look at the hand. So is the beading all hand done on these, do you think? It's so beautiful.
It is really, it's stunning. So you do find that, you've got also the gorgeous lining. So they've got some that are machine and some that will be hand beaded as well. But it's just beautiful work, and
We love a rainbow.
absolutely,
I love a rainbow thing.
it's quite unique. And then,
I love the eyes as well, yeah. That goes really nicely with it.
so all embroidered and then beaded as well.
So there you have it. Come and visit A To Zen. It's such a lovely shop. We've only been here 2 days to visit my brother, and I think I've been with you more time than him. It's just but what's beautiful is that while we've been here filming, so many people have come in. A lot of healers are coming in, and we're all connecting now, aren't we? We're all finding each other, which is really beautiful. It is a portal, and every room in this shop. What I love is that it's 3 rooms, and it just makes me think sort of mind, body, spirit, or mind, body, soul. You've got all the male, female, divine, holy trinity going on. But it's a beautiful energy, even if you just want to come and say hi to Triana.
I'm really excited because when I met Alexandra, we were talking about what she's birthed with these beautiful books and oracle cards, and also that she creates gorgeous talismans. And there were so many synchronicities in the journey and what we love to create. And I'm just really thrilled to be able to have these cards, because oracle cards are, they're a form of empowerment and self-development. And I feel with, customers that come in, they're really on that journey, and they really want to find a deck that calls to them. So I'd love to learn a little bit more about what the deck represents and how do you actually work with it.
Well, we'll do a little demo, and I want to do with this deck, I want to do a little blessing for your shop and for you. So the deck is, even though it's an oracle, it isn't just about giving a message. It is about healing energy, and it's about alchemy. And you and I, obviously, so much that we have in common. Air signs with fire. So much. And you lived in the UK as well.
I did. I was over in London for a few years, and I think we've also worked for.
We worked in magazines.
And
it's ridiculous. Soul Sister from another.
I was just thinking Soul Sister, and you said it, so it's like Now, telepathic.
Telepathic. Well, the first thing is, so the cards, I see the cards themselves as living beings, and you love talismans and symbols and sigils, and on the back here of each card we have a sigil wheel, and each one of the sigils for each card is on the card. So you'll see that at the bottom of each card we have a sigil, and I see sigils as they're like living consciousness, they're living beings in their own right, and what each sigil represents is the archangel of the card, but also the healing properties that are unique to the deck. So the message that they brought through and the healing that they brought through to the deck. And it's interesting because it's the first card that has come out is the Lord Melchizedek card, which is the highest card in the pack. And he really is the representation of the consciousness of our whole universe. So he's about multi-dimensional consciousness, living 5D heaven on earth. And this to me represents you, and you as a keeper of not only the bricks and mortar kind of temple of light that you've created here, but all the multi-dimensional threads that make you you. And I think probably a bit like me, if you just did one thing you'd get really bored. I think you need to have lots of threads to your bow. But I look at this here and I see this as like all your magic coming into this beautiful chalice, into the one pot, and really it is one thing. It's all one thing, and that one thing is you. You're the conduit, you're the portal for all this magic to happen. And you're a weaver. It's like you're pulling together these threads and weaving it into something really gorgeous. And what's lovely is that you do have the one thing, which is your shop, which is your base, and then people can come in and they can either come in and have a beautiful conversation with you where they're going to get wisdom, because you have so much wisdom to share, and that's you at that highest level of attainment. You've done your journey, you've walked your talk, you'll never stop walking that talk. You know that there's more growth to always do, and you learn from everybody that comes in the door as well, but you have so much to give. And this is really, I think for you, confirmation that now that you really have this physical place, this physical space, you have an anchor point to really blossom your gifts and bring yourself more out into the world. And I think it's really needed, honey, and it's really exciting. And I think, you mentioned yesterday podcast, and I see this almost like your microphone. It's like you get your voice bigger, you're anchoring, grounding that tiger's eye and that dragon's egg are like, and and I'm just going to cut the pack again, and let's see what's, look. Rick Biel, so this is the beautiful Rick Biel card, and he's kind of presented as a star being, and he sits on the pink ray. So where Melchizedek is the diamond ray, which is that whole pure spectrum of all the rainbow colours, Rick Biel is an emissary of light. So it's like, almost like you might feel like you kind of come from another world or another dimension, but you came here to bring light, and look at all this support coming in. You're like a satellite for everybody. You're the one that's there, standing there going, love to and peace to all. But you're calling in people from all different worlds, dimensions, timelines, livelihoods, even people of different belief systems, because they'll all feel safe under your wings. I'm really drawn to this one too, which is now face up. So this is So Get Hosey, which is about all the balance, the masculine and feminine. And this says to me, if things have felt difficult, or you felt like you've been juggling a lot and struggling, and we know that we make it look easy, but it's not always an easy path, you've got it now. You're going to balance all of this. And this orange colour, which is very of the sacral, that sexual centre, that is the birthing. But it says to me, you have really worked hard and you're balancing your masculine and feminine now. You've got the balance. And look at all this celebration. There's like a circus, there's like balloons, you're just raising the vibration, and it's all just going to work out really perfectly, beautifully. And these three, to me, they're representative of you, but they're also representative of the kinds of people you are now attracting in, and the kinds of people that previously probably have felt quite alone in the world. And I know a lot of you guys that watch this channel we've talked about this, especially wise women that are coming into our power. We've often felt really alone, really misunderstood. Those that I say are part of the Melchizedek consciousness, it's like we haven't really fitted into any realm or world, and that's what we've kind of been meant to not do, because we're here to create the new world. So this is a really beautiful spread for heaven on earth, and each of these angels is overlighting and blessing you, your shop, all your products, and all the work that you're putting out in the world. So beautiful, really beautiful. And I've got really exciting things coming. The other one here is that we have Raduriel, just before we put the deck back together, the final one. Raduriel, who I've got as Oscar Wilde.
Yes, I recognised.
And Raduriel is the angelic muse. So this says you're never going to stop creating, my darling. You're never going to be done. You know, it's the process, the journey is part of the beauty. And, you know, I completely get it. Like, I never want to stop. But we were saying this yesterday, like, I create, and then I put it out in the world, and then I create again. And it's like, well, what about the actually telling people that you've created? But yeah, this is just such a good spread. You know, you've got really, really gorgeous cards here. And look, 11, 12, 13, you've got a sequence.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Lots of creative energy.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
And
Thank
it
you for letting me share my
resonates.
cards.
And it was such a wonderful reading. And I love the fact that, you know, to be on purpose and to continue, you know, living your life and having the support from yourself and other, you know, beautiful beings, and also, you know, together that we are, you know, I suppose we're giving the love and we're allowing each person to follow their path and really, you know, with grace and goodness and knowing that, you know, we've all got each other's back as well.
Yes.
I think that's it, because there's a lot of people who want you to rise, and then there's others who really don't feel like, you know, that they're fulfilled. So I think this is also to say, whatever you feel like calls to you, take that first step and follow that path. And as much as you said, you know, there's all of this around and finding your balance, and you'll get there. It just takes the belief to keep going.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Bless you, honey. Love you. Oh, beautiful. And I love the Aussie wildflower. It's so nice to be home. So nice. Oh, this is lovely. So I'm going to basically, Triana's going to be stocking the Archangel Fire cards here in the shop. Please come and visit her. You know, even if you come in and say hello, whether you're in the area or here on holiday, make a beeline to A To Zen. It's such a beautiful shop and place, and she's, as I said, she's such a light.
And also I love with this deck, because each year I have a different deck that I have for customers if they feel like they want to pick it up and, you know, choose a card or do a spread for themselves. And I would love to have this deck here, because I think it's got such, you know, great purpose and meaning.
It would be an honour to have this deck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And, you know, for those of you watching, I'm just going to pull one more card for you guys. Let's just see what we've got. Oh. So, of course, we have beautiful Metatron, and and there we go. Barachial can go with that one. So this is your bread basket. Look at all the abundance coming in here. The gold and the orange, and it's, you know, may you go on creating and embodying and magnetizing all the beautiful gifts that you want to create. Remember that you're a co-creator, and that you can manifest anything that you really, really want, so long as it's aligned to your highest good. And just trust it and live in it. It's beautiful, lovely. We'll pull every card in the pack. So thank you everybody for watching. It's been wonderful. We're going to drive, my hubby and I, who's my trusty cameraman, we're going to drive up the coast now. We're heading home for Christmas, and but we'll be back at some point. Thank you, Triana.
We're huggers.
We're huggers. Thank you for watching.